hello, and welcome to episode 137 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my god, why are you in my house?
Why are you here?
Oh my god.
Who let you in?
You're
Was
always
it my
here.
dog?
Oh no, it was, wasn't it?
Did my dog open the door for you and let you in?
Speaking of the dog, where's he gone?
Downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry about
Oh
him.
my gosh, he is so unsettled today.
I mean, it's probably because it's boiling hot.
It is really warm.
It's so hot.
It is really warm. The last couple of nights, he has been such a demon. Listen,
Yeah.
he sleeps in bed with us.
Yeah.
He sleeps in bed with us.
It like gets to a point where he's like, I want to get up now. And I'm like, look, bully, I've been asleep for 3 hours. So we're not
Too
getting
bad.
up now. So he comes up to the top of the bed and he'll just like put his paws on my head. And he'll just put his he'll just like get his claws and put them in my back and start pushing. And then he'll just be like, right, well, he's not waking up. So he'll get further up the bed. And then he'll put like his head, his front paws and like half of his body like on my pillow. And I'm like, no,
yeah.
get out.
Oh my god. Like when he wants us to get up, he makes it known that he wants us to get up.
Such a brat.
Oh, he is. He is an absolute brat.
And he's old. He should be sleeping more. He's old.
No, he's an ancient man.
But he's just like, no, I'm ready now. I want breakfast now.
I know. So, how are your pets dealing with this heat? God, it's been so hot in UK.
It was all right yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was actually like quite cool yesterday.
It was quite cool yesterday. It was all right yesterday.
Yeah, and
but the
how
few days
it's
before that, it was red hot.
boiling.
And today it's red hot.
The phone looks so wonky. It's like this.
Yeah, the phone's always a little bit wonky.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry. I have a bit of a wonky eye, so I can't tell if anything's ever like set up and I set
mean,
the
it might be a
camera
little
up.
bit wonky. Maybe all right.
It looks really wonky.
It looks that wonky for Jack.
like painfully wonky. Well, you know what? If we have to do some editing in post after this, then
you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, but
you
just
wouldn't
know
you'd be none the wiser.
you're sat like this.
Don't slip. Don't slide
oh
on your
my
chair.
God. Oh my god.
If you got a wheelie chair, I'd get up. Because you're gonna be like,
You better lock your clogs in. Oh
Yeah.
my god, put the shackles on the clogs.
lock them into the ground.
Oh my god, lock in already.
Like you're an astronaut.
So, how are you? What you eating? What you doing? Who you doing?
What you
Where are
drinking?
you? Oh my god, who are you?
Yeah, tell me all of those things right now.
I
in
wanna
the
know.
comments down below.
You know what? I like how everyone who comments, like the first couple of comments, it's like, before you ask, I'm eating this. Thank you.
Good.
I like to
It's
know
good
that.
to know.
I like to know that.
We all know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Now we all know what we're eating,
Yeah.
what we're consuming, what your intestines look
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Oh yeah, because I've foreseen your intestines.
Man.
If you joined us for a Pokemon stream, you
You'll
know,
understand.
you know where that came from.
But you should come and join us on a Twitch stream.
You should.
On a Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. 7 p.m. BST on Friday and Sunday. 3 p.m. BST on Tuesday.
We'd love to have you.
We'd love to have you there.
Fridays are now known as Feral Fridays.
Feral Fridays, where we do advice.
I don't know what happens. Honestly, the Friday streams are just
Chaotic.
yeah, like in a
chaos.
good way.
Yeah,
in a good way,
chaos.
in a fun way.
It's
We,
fun chaos.
There's a lot of dancing. There's a lot
Yeah.
of music blaring.
Yeah.
There's a lot of frothing at the mouth.
There's lots of frothing at the mouth.
There's a lot of advice. So please, yeah, if you ever thought about coming joining us on a Twitch stream, please do. Every
it's
Friday,
good vibes.
is.
Everyone in there's very, very lovely and very, very helpful.
Yeah. You
very
know what?
welcoming.
We were saying this last night. Like, it's gotten to the point where we've been streaming now since what, January? So God,
What?
like 5
5
months.
Yeah.
God, that's absolutely
That's
wild.
scary.
So that is scary. Like,
Scary.
scary. Like that's like nearly half a year, which is
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like
It
it's
doesn't
been
feel
that
like
long.
it.
Not
Still
at
feels
all.
like it's brand new.
Yeah. You know, we have our regulars who are always there, and
Yeah.
thank you. And you know, everyone's starting to like make their own connections and friendships in chat,
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
just
really nice.
asking each other how they are, and
Yeah.
they've got their own little like interpersonal jokes and stuff like that. It's very cute.
Yeah, as soon as like people come in, you know, everyone's
people?
like jumping to say hi, and new people.
Gifting them subs.
Yeah, we have a joke where it's always J-Spot and Runarian.
Yeah. No, there's somebody else who does it as well.
What, Tula?
Yeah, Tula. Yeah, there's a few people who do it.
And we have the joke that they sit at the top with snipers, and anyone who comes in that isn't subbed, they like battle off to see who can give them a sub quicker. Like, thank you so very much appreciated. So yes, please come along to stream. They're so much fun. Twitch.tv/Eldritch Podblast.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Yeah, indeed. What else? Oh my god. Well, speaking of stream last night, so I don't have we mentioned it on an episode?
Not yet.
We mentioned it on stream a couple of times. Listen, you all, every single time Attack the Unaware is brought up, you're like, please put this on a
Please
t-shirt.
put it on a t-shirt.
Please put it on a t-shirt.
So we're doing this.
We're doing
I say
it.
we're doing it. Margaret's doing it.
Yeah, I've been designing it for maybe the past like 2 weeks.
And when I say Margaret's doing it, it's done.
It's done.
It's about finished.
And literally last night on stream, well, last night for us, we were like, we set off for the first sample because you know nothing's finalized until we get the first like printed sample, right? But I was like, I clipped a sneak peek, being like, here's a sneak peek, and then everyone was like, can we just see it, please? And we did a poll, and everyone was like, please, we just see it? We just want to see it. So we were like, fine, like you can see it.
You can see it. So we showed them the design. So we'll show you the design.
Yeah. Hey, you. Entity, open their eyes.
Here it is.
Here's the t-shirt. This is the official Attack the Unaware t-shirt, designed 100% by yours
Margaret.
truly. I'm
not me, because I couldn't possibly.
I am really, really, really happy with how it came out.
I think
I
it
must
looks
say.
fantastic. I think it's the best t-shirt we've done. I think it's the best t-shirt that you've done so far.
Thank you. At least the best t-shirt I've designed. You know?
You've designed.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's very me. If like.
It's edgelord, so it's very you.
Yeah.
Because I know
what
what you're
daggers.
like.
I will say a lot of daggers.
Yeah, lots of weaponry.
Which, you know, seems perfect for Attack the Unaware.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really like the kind of like streetwear grunge style.
Yeah, I do.
It's, if you know my design style, it's very me. It's very Podblast.
Yeah.
I considered putting the logo on, but I thought it actually looked cooler without the
I
logo
agree.
on
I think it looks cooler without the logo on it.
I think it's cool. It looks like it's just not a piece of merch, if that makes sense.
So you could just wear it and it wouldn't have to be affiliated with Podblast.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. I'm really happy with it. I design all the stuff for the Podblast. I did graphics design. Didn't get a degree, but I did graphics design. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. We don't have a release date yet, I will say.
But to be fair, fingers crossed, this comes out on Monday.
Yeah.
We ordered the sample on Wednesday last week.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed we'll have it soon.
Yes.
And as soon as we have it, if we're happy with it, we'll put it up and we'll let you know.
Yeah. And it probably isn't going to be as quick as that, by the way. There's, you know, obviously like photos and making the listing and everything. So it's not going to be soon. Well, it's going to be soon, but it's not going to be the immediate.
It's not going to be immediate.
Sense. Yeah,
but it's going to be pretty soon.
You know what? There's a lot of admin that goes into having to like put t-shirts and stuff.
There's a lot of like Shopify stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of like back end stuff, a lot of
smells.
Like and a lot of having to get everything organized with all the manufacturers. And you know what? You'd think it would just be as simple as being like, here you go. It's not.
No.
So yeah, it's soon, but not immediate. Soon.
But we'll let you know when they're up.
We will. So yeah, I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think about it.
Yeah.
And as soon as we have a release date, we'll let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing that we've got to do, because we forgot to do it last week.
Did we forget, or is this when it's supposed to be?
No, I think we were supposed to do it last week. Or is it?
I don't know.
Well, is it?
I don't know.
No, I think it is supposed to be this week. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is supposed to be this week.
It is supposed to be this week. Yeah.
The Homebrew Challenge winner.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The Homebrew Challenge winner for
Sea and Sky.
Sea and Sky.
And a race.
I was like, is it race? That feels like ages ago.
Yeah,
but it is race.
It does. It feels like absolutely ages ago. Like we're talking about a way that we can do it so it doesn't feel like there's so long in between them. I don't necessarily know if that's possible.
Yeah, we don't know how to do that.
Yeah, because of the way that we film, and kind of the way that the format is.
Yeah.
But just know we're thinking about it. We're always thinking about it.
Because it's like, because you do the Homebrew Challenge live, and because all of the episodes are pre-recorded, there's like time lapsing.
There's like a weird
time like mismatching.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a gap at the minute, we know. Might not be able to do anything about it. If we can, we will. But yeah, this is the second iteration of the challenge for Sea and Sky theme.
Yeah.
And this is for a race. Oh no, we would have read it last night. So, I was going to say, join us on stream. We read out all the submissions.
Every other Sunday, we do our Homebrew Challenge streams on Twitch. So come and join us for that.
And if you don't know how the Homebrew Challenge works, is we pick a theme. In that theme, there is 3 challenges. It's over the span of 6 weeks. Every other week, we read out all of the submissions in one of the categories. We roll a D4 we roll a D something on stream.
Yeah, we determine the one that we do by either rolling some sort of dice or picking odds and evens.
Yeah.
And then we read it out, and then we choose a winner privately, and then we read it out on the Podblast.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a really great creative exercise.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there is no conventions to what you can write and what you can't write in this. Like, it doesn't have to be balanced. It can be really powerful. It doesn't even have to have stats. It can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the love that people give to each other, like especially when we're reading out the submissions, is so nice.
It's really nice to see, yeah.
So please come take part. I don't know
Come
when the
hang out.
next one's going to be up.
Oh my goodness.
To be honest with you. But anyway, this is the winner. So the winner of Sea and Sky and a Race is Catherine, and they use she, they pronouns.
Well done, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. Well done.
Make a little timey stamp of that.
This is actually Catherine's first submission, actually, which is wild.
Which is wild.
I will say, it is a poem.
It's a poem. And if we have anything else to go by with Margaret and poems,
can't read them.
I mean, you did a good job of this one on stream.
I'm really bad at like the swing and like the timing. I'm really bad at.
I think you can do great.
So we don't have Runarian reading it out for us this time, unfortunately.
Can we just get every time somebody does a poem and it wins?
Yeah, we'll just send it to Runarian.
We'll just send it to Runarian so Runarian can read it out for us.
Exactly. So this has been sent in by Catherine. They say, my first homebrew challenge. Don't ask me how this came to be. I don't even know. An excerpt of Calanthia's warning. A sea shanty old sailors from the north believe are the origin of sirens. Okay, please bear with me. The sea became grim, so I sailed back on in after what felt like thousands of nights. The moon as our guide, we walked on through the night to a tavern where candlelight burned. When we walked in, mouths inside all had grins, and the sailors called us to the din. One asked of my name, then asked of my age, and he laughed when he had his answer. Listen here, said he, as I tell of the sea and sirens who live in her waters. So silent I was, and I lent him my ear to hear of the birth of these creatures. Sirens were women, I am sure that you know, that sank down into the waters below. Calanthia came, a kind captain's daughter, loved same by her pa and the water. His ship was a dream, called the Son of the Sea, for the sun never set on her sails. The truth seemed to be, well, between you and me, Calanthia belonged to water. She grew that young gal and found love in the sails, at least that's how the old story goes. She sang to the moon, 'twas not a pretty tune, and the song was her tale long foretold. Her pa was a riot, the crew grew more quiet, and slowly a storm started to brew. One fateful dark day, trouble finally came, when the poor girl discovered her pa. Screams came from inside, the poor man's throat was slit, and the boat, well, it started to rock. Crew thought luck she brought, but her pa was too soft, and the men wanted more for themselves. As her wails they grew, waves began to rock too. Then the crew realized their error. They grabbed the poor girl and they tied up her wrists, the rope tied so tight that it burned her. The sea raged at them, so they prayed to their gods and prepared to throw the girl over. Holy vengeance she vowed, and the sea echoed down the promise she made to the traitors. Their actions were laid, so no quarter they gave. Rope was Calanthia's undoing. What folly it was as the men then took up, mockingly singing the girl's old song. But as the men sang, the water brought her change, as Calanthia started to breathe. She sprouted wings then, and she rose from the sea, breathing air the same as water. The men were frightened as waves crested the boat, their figures falling in dark water. The sea could not see, not this time, or it seemed, a reason to save the men from drowning. And so then she sang, alone here in her fate, but she knew she'd soon find a sister. For greed in men's hearts will tear women apart, till the day when the sea dries to salt. When I asked him why, and he spoke of then of doing what's right. Boy, sirens are strong, so I must sing her song, and remember how about she came. For if it were me, and I drowned out at sea, I too would rage just as thoroughly. Those men made her so she cannot go home, and angry sirens lure us in. Last then he warned me, his voice calm as can be. If sirens are monsters, men can be.
Oh, baby.
Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh my
What a
God.
poem. What a story.
Holy shit.
It's like, it's
Fuck.
not only a poem,
Man.
it's got like cool lore about how sirens are made.
Incredibly cool
It's got
lore.
a message.
Yeah.
And it's got great like descriptors in there as well.
God.
It's so well written.
Man, I've always said this. I don't understand how poets do it. I don't understand how people write poems. Like, to be able to rhyme words that make sense doesn't make any sense to me.
It's tough. It's like maybe delaying a point for a line.
Yeah.
To then get that rhyme like in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I honestly, absolutely beautiful, incredible work. It gave me goosebumps all over again. I read that better than I did on Scream. I will say.
You did read that really well, actually. Like, and for me, like, I don't know. I'm in my pirate arc. I'm thinking like because of everything like that happened in our campaign, I've had like a desire to run some sort of seafaring thing at some point in a campaign, and I don't know, just like crusty taverns and pirates and things like that. Really get the fucking like
the juices flowing,
the fantasy juices flowing, like going out to sea and like finding buried treasure and stuff like that. Like that's just cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like sea shanties of like tales. Oh man, like that's. I love myths and tales and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that really
same.
fucking gets me going.
Yeah, same.
I love that.
Man, Catherine, especially because this is your first homebrew challenge. What a beautiful, incredible entry. Breathtaking.
Very well
done. So incredibly talented.
You should be very proud of yourself.
And that is Calanthia's Warning by Catherine. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Man, and next time you hear from us, we'll read out the final one for clothing. Well, not next time you hear from us. Next time we do the homebrew challenge. Yeah. So yes, please, I was going to say get your submissions in. You can't.
No, but we will be doing another challenge
We will be doing
soon.
one soon.
And then after we've read out that one on the Podblast, we will be going into a new theme for the Homebrew Challenge.
Indeed.
Which is really exciting.
So, is there anything else?
No.
Can I have some water, please? Can I have some water? You know when kids don't like... Oh my God. Don't like drinking water.
Margaret doesn't like drinking water.
I always have to
She's
have
like,
Vimto in it.
Yuck. Yuckers. Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't taste of anything. I don't get it. I don't understand how something that has no taste can taste bad. You know what I'm saying?
So all of that being said, if you're enjoying the video, hey, oh my God, do you like me?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Have you ever liked us?
If you're enjoying the video, please make sure to give the video a like, comment if you feel so obliged, and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing.
Oh my God.
You have no idea how much it helps. Thank you so much. You've been honestly wrecking that like bell, so thank you.
I mean, yeah, we could wreck it a little bit more though.
Oh my God, wreck it, Ralph.
We could. I mean, you know, there's going to be probably like 1,000 to 2,000 people who watch this video. 1,000 to 2,000 likes.
And
takes 2 seconds, like the like button.
And you know
push
what?
The video.
This is the first time we filmed since we had the episode. I can't remember what episode it was, but you know, we talk about Palestine a lot in the video, and there was a fear that it was being suppressed. There's, you know, it definitely is one of the lower ranking videos. I don't know if that's correlated at all, but you guys really came through for us. So many people made a point to just leave so many comments
and likes and stuff like that, and
so very much
it helps the
appreciated.
videos. It really does. So thank you so much to everyone who's ever shown us some support.
Yeah, you always have our backs. Thank you.
And you know, we joke about, you know, liking the video and stuff like that, but just watching, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But you should like.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, we'll say it all, like, every time. Free Palestine.
Yeah.
Please end it. Call for a ceasefire. It's one of the worst things that we're going through in our lives. I think one of the worst awful things. So please, like, we won't stop saying it. And just so you know where we stand, that's 100% where we stand.
I'm pretty sure you can like look for things like Project Olive Branch to go and like to gift money and help families and things like that. So please check that out. Check out like there's many creators who've got like families who they are like doing GoFundMe's too and things like that. So you know, please support wherever you can. And I understand that some people aren't in the position to support, and that's completely okay, and you shouldn't feel like shameful for that. Like, you can only help as much as you can. So just letting your voice be heard is enough.
Indeed.
So
indeed. Well, from real life horrors to D&D horrors.
Horror stories, wholesome stories.
We are doing horror and wholesome stories. I asked for feedback last time because we only did 4 stories, and you guys seemed fine with it because we can read out longer stories, and you actually seem to enjoy reading out the longer stories.
I think people have said quite a few times, like, they don't mind less submissions because story's longer.
Yeah.
So we can basically...
thank you.
We can, like, elaborate a little bit more as well, which is nice.
Totally. These are... So the horror stories are submissions. The wholesome stories I got from Reddit. We are at a lack of wholesome stories.
Down below there will be a link to our Google form where you can submit any stories that you would like.
Yes.
If you've got a story that you want us to read out, if you've got an opinion you want us to read out, and am I the asshole, please put it in the form below.
Indeed.
And we will read through it and get it on the podcast.
To be fair, one of these wholesome stories I actually read ages ago, and I've been meaning to put it in, but I've just been waiting until we were like at a lack of submissions.
Yeah.
So I've had this story for a while.
Been cooking the story.
Yeah. Been cooking this story. So as always, we open up with a horror story, we end on a wholesome. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
So this first one has been sent in by B, and they use they them pronouns.
Thank you, B.
Thank you, B. And the title is I got overruled by another player on how my character's epilogue went.
Interesting.
Among other such offenses.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds exactly what you want.
That sounds like what you want for your character at the end of the story.
Totally. Yeah. I now have a hard rule against being at a table with this person. Good.
Fair.
This friend, let's call him H, has done a lot of bullshit in the games I was in with him.
H for horrible.
Yeah. Go on, tell him.
H for heckin' bad person.
Yeah. During the first finished campaign we were in together, I had to switch characters halfway through because my first character needed to go on hiatus for in-story reasons.
Fair.
I brought in a new character who was a rough and tumble sailor who immediately got babyfied by H, basically treating her as his and his partner's adopted daughter. She was basically treated as a tag-along NPC who had a cool sword and could sort of fight, sort of being a level 7 fighter and 2 levels of warlock. And any story my DM tried to bring up with my character was basically swept to the side because obviously we know who the real main character is.
Of course.
H.
H.
Horrible. Heckin' bad person.
For honestly the main character.
The worst was when we finally made it to the end of the campaign and we got to talk about character epilogues. I had come up with the idea that my character would go out in a blaze of glory and would have been eaten by a space dragon in her old age.
Let's go.
Nice. Talk about blaze of glory. Kind of as an homage to her pseudo-patron dragon and it making a lot of sense for her and her character.
Cool.
H then proceeds to go, actually, what I think would have really happened is she just...
Let me stop you there. No one cares. No one cares what you think.
What I think really happened is that she just died peacefully with all of her friends and family around her on her deathbed. And what you said is just what we tell people.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck?
Why the fuck do you think anyone cares that you think about something that has nothing to do with you?
I was too tired of the whole campaign of this kind of rewriting my character to better fit his narrative, and I just didn't say anything, but I was pissed. So was the DM, by the way, who helped set up the whole scene. He also wouldn't take accountability for his actions and how it impacted everyone at the table. When we tried to confront him, multiple times, mind you, because I wasn't the only one at the table with issues with his actions, he would always just blame it on his ADHD and then shut down any other criticism. For context, we didn't have a single neurotypical person at the table, and we all have really strong rules about boundaries and communication, which he was constantly breaking and overstepping. He has apologized, but he hasn't changed, so the apology is kind of moot in my eyes. So yeah, if you need a sign to not tolerate that one problem player, please let this be it.
And this is the thing, it's like, I've played with neurotypical people before.
Yeah, like...
neurodivergent people before. They've never done it.
Never.
Never at any point have they been like, well, actually, my ADHD tells me that that's not how your story ended.
It's like, right, yeah, okay, sure.
Okay.
And the thing is, right, like, you know, since starting this community, we do have a lot of neurodivergent friends here.
This community is like a beacon.
Yeah.
This
because everyone is allowed to feel safe
100%.
And comfortable and welcome, and you're allowed to talk about your experiences
and who you are as a person, and you know what you like deal with and things like that, and you know, so this community is very much a safe space for people like that, and we have a lot of neurodivergent people here. Like a lot.
Yeah, no one fucking acts like this, and like,
no one in this community of thousands and thousands of people acts like this.
Yeah, and you know what? Do you know what we learned really early on? Because we have shared a lot of stories about like neurodiversity. You know, a lot of people are like, look, like, yes, of course, someone who has something like autism will not be able to pick up on certain things. Like there are certain things that, you know, we do struggle with, but that isn't an excuse to be an asshole. Yeah, it's like, I completely agree.
It's like you can be neurodivergent and not be an asshole.
Yeah, they're not correlated.
They're not correlated.
Like the idea that being an asshole is correlated to being neurodiverse is actually really offensive.
It's fucking extremely offensive.
Like,
it's like you've been an asshole here, and then just tried to use you having ADHD as an excuse as to why you're allowed to be an asshole.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like 100%, yes, there absolutely are some allowances. There are some things.
There has to be.
There has to be.
There has to be.
But you know, to be like, I'm gonna change your character's epilogue.
I'm gonna change your character's epilogue. Oh, it's my ADHD. It's just like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like that's not fair.
It's offensive to suggest that it is.
Yeah.
And man, again, I can't imagine ever even just witnessing this, seeing someone being like, yeah, that's just the story we tell people though, isn't it? That is so fucking rude.
And like the thing is, right, let's just say I can see a world where like you say your epilogue, and then I don't know, there's something that maybe like, let's just say there's really, really hypothetical situations. There's an item that you like had and you loved and stuff like that, and through the epilogue you're getting like really caught up, and then your character does die and they get laid to rest, and then somebody's like, oh yeah, and do you get buried with that item? And they're like, oh yeah, just like, you know, like we can add and be like, oh, did this happen? Did that happen? And like talk to each other about stuff like that. But being like, no, I don't think your epilogue actually happened like that. I think it happened like this. It's like, literally no one gives a fuck what you think about that, because it's not your epilogue.
Yeah,
man. You have your epilogue, and no one's going to tell you how it happened, and that's fine. But you don't tell anybody else how theirs happens.
Yeah, what a
whack fucking thing to do.
Genuinely. Oh, sorry, my dog was of course being a demon.
Oh, he was
of course.
Whack.
Yeah,
that's
whack.
What
a strange thing to do. Like,
and just like the whole time treating them as like a sidekick.
Man, you know what? We've heard this quite a few times, actually. We've heard stories of people being like, yeah, my character was just treated like a baby. Like, instantly. And we all, in the last episode, we talked about how you have this idea of what your character is going to be. Then when you actually get into table, it changes. But, you know, we've all been in a situation where your character has been perceived differently to how you expect them to be. And it's disappointing. It sucks when your character is perceived differently.
There's always difference between when you start a campaign. You know, you might be like, oh man, I'm going to make the edgiest character. And then you get in the game and it's not like that because you actually don't want to be like that. It's like things change at the table. Like, that's fine. But somebody changing your character at the table, like, not because you want to, because they're like, because they don't see anyone but themselves as the main character.
Yeah.
And you're just there to back them up. Man, like, main character syndrome is one of the hardest things to deal with. Because most of the time the problem is out of your hands.
Yeah.
And it's like you can talk to somebody, but if they don't see themselves as being the main character and they don't see themselves as being the problem, it's almost impossible to fix.
Yeah, no, I agree. The thing is, you know, is it impossible to fix? No, but it's...
But if they don't see themselves as the problem.
And I think a lot of people, it's because, listen, we're always like, oh, just talk to people. But with people who don't see themselves, who aren't self-aware about it, it's really easy for things to get into the realm of people being like offended and like pissed off and stuff like that. But you know, God, B, I completely agree. Please,
Unacceptable.
take this as your sign to not tolerate this problem player. B, I'm so proud of you that you say, like, I have drawn a hard rule. I am not playing with this person anymore.
No.
Like, that is 100% the right decision. And especially because you say that everyone had a problem with H at some point.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm also not surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if everyone had a problem just on your behalf.
Yeah, agreed. God, I would be. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine.
If we were like at the end of a campaign,
yeah,
and anyone said anything about anyone else's epilogue, oh my God, there would be scenes.
There's like, you know, you can ask questions. Or like, did this happen? Or like, oh, did like, you know what I mean? You can be like interested, but you can't. You can't tell people how it happens.
No, you certainly can't. No, you certainly can't.
Never.
B, thank you so very much for your submission.
Thank you so much, but sorry.
But yeah, sorry.
That stinks.
I'm glad you don't play with this player.
Yeah,
I hope you've never played with this player again.
Fuck that player.
All right, this is from the Reddit, and the title is, one of my players just selflessly sacrificed half of their character's arc to save a party member. I'm flawed.
Oh, damn.
Tonight, the party finished a 2-session level 11 fight against a beholder and a weakened archfey. The party's wizard was killed during the battle with the death ray. She had less than 55 hit points when it hit her and died instantly.
Yeah.
This player loves her character. It's her first real D&D campaign, and she's gone from someone just learning the rules to one of the hearts and souls of this big group.
Oh, man.
For complex, in-world reasons, the party doesn't have easy access to resurrection, and had every reason to think that this was truly the end for their beloved wizard. Another player was playing a tiefling warlock who had started out as a celestial pact and then had dual pacted with a fiend.
Ooh.
After each long rest...
Double
dipping.
Double dip.
Piggy dipping in the piggy pond.
Piggy dipping in the piggy pond.
After each long rest, he flipped a coin and he was either good or bad that day. The two versions were very Jekyll and Hyde and had different stats, abilities, everything. I wouldn't have trusted a lot of players with this kind of thing, but this guy was totally committed to the concept and played it beautifully.
And do you want to know what? When you've got a player like that who picks up quite a tough concept like that, but you just trust them to do it.
To not be an asshole with it.
They don't do it for like, oh, I'm going to be an asshole to the party.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm an asshole.
In like a nuanced way.
I look at things like in a slightly different way, and I have a slightly more like skewed worldview in this phase.
Yeah.
Not just like, I just hate the party and I want to kill them.
Yeah,
like, you can do that.
Yeah,
and it's so cool when somebody pulls it off.
Yeah, and the trust that you have to do that
big
too.
Trust,
like
big
between
trust.
both of you as well, by the way. And for reference, he loved, in capital letters, the evil version. He spent a lot of in-game time and resources to make this pact, and he was running a shadow campaign on the side to try and advance secret evil causes. He gets so excited every time that he got to play the evil version. We were playing online. When the wizard fell, the warlock privately messaged me and asked if he could forsake the fiend pact to bring back the wizard. Knowing how important this was to him, I had him roll a religion check. He rolled a 4. I told him there was no way to know. He messaged back, blind faith, got it. Over the next 2 or 3 turns, he moved to stand next to the dead wizard and began to commune with his celestial patron. The darkness and light fought, and in a fair roll-off, the light got a 26. The darkness got a 2. The door was opened for the wizard to return. She had her own set of challenges to find her way back, but she did. And as she woke up, there was no more evil warlock, only the good one, but remade in a new form like an avenging angel. This was honestly one of the most IRL selfless acts I've ever seen from a player in this game. The warlock gave up something that he truly loved to bring back a party member out of love for her and the game. And I'm damn well sure I'm going to make his new path worth the sacrifice. Sean, this is for you. You're a real one.
You're not just a real one. You're a fucking Chad.
Oh,
you're an
man.
absolute Chad. Like, everyone here, I just love.
Yeah.
Like, the new player going from, like, just learning the rules to just
totally
falling in love with the game.
Totally.
And, you know, being, like, a heart and soul of the party.
Totally.
It's just, like, you're a TTRPG player for the rest of your life now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that moment,
yeah.
Like, you got it. You understand it.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want it to be. And you fall in love with it. The player,
yeah,
like, first of all, be a good enough role player
Yep.
to not make that a bit bad, like a bad thing for the DM.
Yep.
To like flip the coin and be evil or good, and like
Yep.
being excited, and
Yep.
doing like little shadow campaigns on the, on the
Yeah,
outside
yeah,
to like
yeah.
to like move forward a little. Even like that's so cool. That's so great, and you're so invested. And like to give that up.
I know.
To bring somebody back, because you probably know that she loves her character.
Yeah, and the fact that like your friends just care enough.
Yeah,
You're the fact
they
that
care enough about you.
And the resurrection for whatever reason is difficult to get hold of. Just knowing that this player was probably fucking devastated, and everyone was devastated, and wanting to do something for the player, I think is so kind.
And then the DM.
I know.
The DM, to make it not just this like, because obviously resurrection's like tough to come by, so it wasn't just this like, it's like, let's see what happens. The light and the dark fight.
Yeah.
And like, the light prevails, and then there's this whole like skill check of the wizard trying to find her way through this like almost like limbo like space to try and get back to what inevitably was the light, and then the warlock to lose that. And then it's the bit at the end. It's the bit at the end where it's just like, you've given up something that I clearly know, like as a dungeon master, you love.
I'm gonna make sure that it's worth the sacrifice.
It's worth your sacrifice,
man. Like
just everyone is so
I know.
conscious here of each other.
This is This is like the perfect
this
table.
Is
this is the perfect situation.
This is pinnacle table.
And you know what? Sean left a comment. If you want to hear from Sean.
I do want to hear from Sean. I do.
Hey guys, I'm Sean IRL. Thank you for the kind words. I truly loved my bad side, but hearing the person IRL choked up killed me. These people over the course of over a year have become like a family to me, in me and my in-game character. It was an easy choice for some of me or all of her. It hurt a lot. It was basically like the death of a close friend. But afterwards, I poured out a shot of our good whiskey and said goodbye. Thanks, Dave, for being an amazing DM. I love this campaign and all these people. Oh, man.
Like, that's it. It's just like, you, and the thing is, I think it's such a nuanced situation. It's like, you saw your friend choked up, and you were like, man, I have to do something. I have to do something. And you knew that the DM knew that this dark side meant so much to you. That they would know that, like, your DM would know that was enough to give up. Like,
totally.
that's just a great, like, understanding of each other.
Very much so. It's
enough.
Agreed. Man. And that just suggests to me really good communication as well. Good communication between all of you.
Everyone here is an absolute legend.
I know. Oh my god. Absolute fucking giga chad.
And,
this is what D&D's all about.
Yeah.
This is what making lifelong friends and lifelong connections and meaningful connections and a new like family means. Like, even if it's just in character, this is the heart and like the beating heart and the soul of D&D. I think.
Man, and the thing is, John, you know what? I haven't really been able. We've had like a patchy time with D&D, just because of like IRL things going on. But we're back at it this week. I have never been more excited to play D&D.
Oh my god,
like,
same.
I'm just like I haven't played D&D. Like, you all know how much we talk about D&D and we love it and stuff like that, but sometimes like you sort of forget how much it means to you until you don't get to play for a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I haven't played for like, in the last like 4 weeks, like 3 of those weeks I haven't been able to play it, but we're back on this week. Oh my god, I could die.
Same. We got the whole gang back together.
Man, the gang's back together, and like we're gonna like sort of come into this like almost like apex of the campaign that's like been building up, and then like eventually into the ending of the campaign and stuff like that, and then get into the next campaign, which I'm really excited for. I just want to play D&D.
Same. Oh my god, same. God. Good god.
I just want to play, and it's for things like this. Like, you have those moments and you just spend time with your friends and man. Yeah.
I know. My god. Sean, Dave, incredible job.
Wizard. We didn't get your name, Wizard.
Indeed.
All of you are legends.
100%. Man, what a wonderful story.
Yeah.
You ready for a horror story?
You want a horror story?
Hey, you want a horror story?
Yeah, you want some horror?
Hey, you want to dampen these good vibes of the horror story?
There was some immaculate vibes.
So, this has been sent in by Nabi, and she uses she, her pronouns.
Thank you, Nabi.
So, for a bit of context before we begin. By the time we left the magic maze, we got down to only 4 players, being my Tabaxi badass Cordell, Dutch, an elf fighter, Storm, the half-elf paladin, and lastly, Sarah, an ASMR sorcerer. As always, random names to be safe. Nabi is the same person who sent in the story about the pregnancy ritual.
We've had so many weird pregnancy
you know what? Yeah, true.
Exactly which one that is.
Nabi was like, there was a maze that lasted 2 months IRL,
right?
And then I stepped over a sigil, and then the witch made me pregnant.
Yeah, I remember
and then,
this.
Like, which is, you know, for so many people, so inappropriate,
Oh my
so
God,
triggering
that is
for
such a
so many
boundary that
reasons.
you should not cross for so many reasons.
And then the DM was like, "This is just a really good arc for your character, I think."
Is it?
And then when
interesting, because I don't think that.
When Nabi was like, "Yeah, no, I don't want this," the DM was like, "Well, I'm just not going to do any backstory stuff for you anymore because I'm scared you're going to cancel me." Yeah. So this is what this is off the back of, by the way.
How about you don't be a fucking freak then?
And gets worse.
Grace.
Oh my God.
Grace.
Somehow gets worse.
Sick, awesome, yeah.
Anyway, to the story. After that trash fire that was the pregnancy ritual, I figured that things would somewhat go back to normal, since I had a whole day of messages being sent back and forth between me and my DM about how important it is to ask for our do's and don'ts at the table.
Yeah.
It really felt like she was improving. But then we arrived at this magical school of sorts where we met this powerful NPC, the headmistress, who dropped some lore and gave each of us a new objective, a mission, if you will.
Okay.
Starting with Sarah, who was the ASMR sorcerer, we learned that sorcerers are actually a really rare class to find in this world, being only 15 at any given time. Think of it like the Avatar system. When one dies, they instantly get reborn into their new life.
See, that's great law. That's super cool, awesome law.
Agreed. Not only that, but the headmistress also told us she had reason to believe that Sarah was an extra special one because of her past life. Apparently, she died before the time, so when that happens, you get reborn as some kind of powerful angel capable of bestowing wishes to people. In brackets, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting some massive player favoritism vibes from this.
Okay.
With that in mind, the NPC appointed our paladin as Sarah's personal bodyguard and instructed them to train so they would be able to help her when the time was right. She then turned to Dutch and mentioned some civil war in his home that he needed to sort out since he was part of the royal family.
Cool.
By the time she got to me, she just dismissed this and we all finished the session there, leaving me to my own confusion as to why the NPC hadn't even talked to my character to begin with.
That feels real bad.
Especially off the back of everything that just happened.
Yeah. The thing is, she couldn't be making it any more obvious. She's leaving you out.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it any more obvious.
So, as I've come to learn after so many horror story commentaries I've read online, I decided to once again try to amend the situation with a good old private conversation with DM.
That's a good idea.
Where she quickly confessed to me about being hesitant about even giving my character a mission, since the last one resulted in me cancelling her.
You say cancelling. You tried to just make her pregnant by walking over a sigil when she said that she wasn't comfortable with it, which, by the way, is more than a lot of people would give you the grace of.
Certainly.
Far fucking more.
Certainly.
Because I'll be honest, if you've already made that decision, you probably don't deserve that grace, but your player's given you that grace, and she's still at your table, and she still wants to play with you, and now you're singling her out. It's because you think that she's going to cancel you?
Knowing deep down I wouldn't go very far with this discussion, I asked for some time to think of something for her to do, and decided to just give me a mission of my own. And that's how Cordell revealed on our next session that her family went missing. Cut to some months of occasional red flags later, I'm finally getting the hint that maybe this was just not the table for me anymore.
I think so.
Yeah. Only to have some terrible timing as we were reaching the last part of this terribly long trip to Cordell's homeland, a valley surrounded by treacherous mountains. By the time we got there, I had to deal with all sorts of annoying things from the DM. She started to be really interested in spicing up the game, adding, without any previous discussion with the group, some extra radical rules, 2 of them being permadeath. If your character dies, you're out of the table. Not in-game, mind you. You, the player, are out of the table.
I wonder who's going to die.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder who that's going to be.
I wonder why the adventure's taking really long to get there.
Really treacherous.
And I wonder why it's so dangerous. And I wonder why that rule's been introduced.
And demanding secret rolls for absolutely anything. For example, she would ask you to roll a blind history check on a random mural, and since only she can see how much you rolled, would start to lie and tell random stuff if you failed the check, instead of just informing us that we failed and we haven't seen it before or something. I told myself I would leave as soon as Cordell gets to her homeland, but after I saw that my story got featured on Eldritch Podblast and I heard your encouragement, I decided to kick the bucket and finally talk to the DM one last time, this time to inform her I'm leaving the table once and for all.
Get out of there.
All in good time too, since she was about to start another side quest focus on how important Sarah is to the villains of the campaign. I'd just prepared a whole emotional scene to bid farewell to Cordell's friends, just to be reduced to a blink and you'll miss it moment where a random portal opened, kidnapping everyone and closing before my character could do anything about it. I can't say I was even frustrated, but honestly, I was just so tired of this table, and I'm more disappointed than angry with the DM. At least I'm finally free of this shit.
Big time.
Now I get to rethink Cordell and prepare her for another game.
Yeah.
Because as you said, Cordell lives on.
Cordell lives on. Cordell lives on. Take Cordell somewhere that isn't this trash fire of a game.
100%.
Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what fucking
Go
absolutely
on.
fucking winds me up
Go on.
to no end? It's like, if you do something wrong in life, if you do something that you don't maybe understand is bad because you're just not educated on something.
Yes.
If somebody
and we've all
tells,
done that.
We've all done that. We've all done that. We can't know everything about everything because we don't have lived experiences in every walk of life. So there's people who, you know, I could say something that was offensive to somebody in like a marginalized community, but I didn't mean to say it. And as soon as they come to me and they say, that's actually offensive because of X, Y, and Z, I go, oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean that. I'll take that on board and I
won't do it. I won't do it in the future.
Or when you do something to upset somebody and cross a boundary that you maybe didn't know was there, I think you probably should have, but to be honest, with the pregnancy one, if you cross a boundary, you can just go, you're cancelling me.
Yeah, you could double down and be like...
You can double down and be like, I'm so afraid of being cancelled. It's just like, do you want to know what? If you'd done that thing, and then somebody was like, oh, I'm not comfortable with this, and you went, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realise that was a boundary that you didn't want to be crossed, I won't do that again. People are going to understand.
Like, how much easier, that's the thing, how much easier is it in this life to be able to just take the fucking L, realize that you, even if you didn't mean to, realize you upset someone and you can apologize for it, say, it wasn't my intention, but I have upset you and I'm sorry about that and I won't do it again. That is so much easier than whatever the fuck this is.
All these fucking, like, toxic, normally right-wing people... Like, they're like, man, you can't do anything without being
I can't do
online.
anything these days.
Like, no, you can literally exist online all the time, but as long as you're trying to learn and as long as you're trying to educate yourself and as long as you're trying to better yourself and own up to your mistakes, no one's ever going to think you... Like, if you're problematic on purpose, then yeah, you deserve fucking cancelling. But if you say something that you maybe just didn't understand and own up to it and say sorry, people will understand.
People act as if you just can't say sorry in this day and age.
People
act as if, like, saying sorry is something you should never do. And granted, it's because when we're younger, we're told, oh, you should never say sorry if you don't mean it. And as a business, as a professional, you're told you should never say sorry and take onus. And, that's something that society's kind of beaten into us is you don't say sorry, and it's like, no, you fucking do.
You do. That's exactly what
you
do. If you fuck up, like, the thing is, if you offend somebody, you say sorry. It's like if you don't know, you learn from that situation you take it on board, you say sorry for what you did, and then next time you don't do it.
And it's not
it's
like
fucking easy.
There's this correlation of saying sorry means you agree that you're guilty, and it's like no, you can fuck up, you can say something offensive, you can upset someone and have no intention to do so.
Literally no intention. You had
intention.
no fucking clue that was even going to happen.
So you can be like, I'm sorry about that. I had no idea. Yeah. Like, you're not putting the onus on yourself by saying, I'm sorry, I had no idea. I will not do that again. That's not you going, yeah, I'm a bad person. That's you just going, oh, I'm sorry that upset you.
Know.
Like, thank you for letting me know. Like, man, people just need to learn how to have some humility sometimes.
Yeah, some people just need to understand, like, but they're just so scared of being wrong.
Yeah.
They're so scared of admitting fault.
Yeah.
It's like this person is just like, look, yes, you probably should have known that impregnating someone's character against their will is not going to be a good fucking idea. But you want to know what? In that moment, if you hadn't thought about it, like maybe you just didn't even think about it.
Yes,
And you fucked up, and this person was like, I'm really not comfortable about this. And you went, oh, fair enough. Like, do you want to know what?
I didn't even think. I'm so sorry.
We'll scratch that. We'll retcon it. That won't happen. But instead, you went, I'm just scared you're going to cancel me. It's just like, the thing is, you've just admitted in that moment, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like,
you're a piece of shit.
This is genuinely perfect example of a manipulator.
Yeah.
Someone being like, oh, I'm scared of you. I'm actually scared of you because I'm scared that you're going to cancel me. And it's like they're putting all of the onus
of the blame
on Nabi.
You.
They're 100% making themselves the victim, being like, I'm scared of you because you're going to cancel me. Oh my God. It's the most gaslighting, manipulative, pathetic shit ever. And you know what? Again, could you be... This is like that werewolf story where it was like, and then they were like conspiring to do this and they were doing that. With the DM being like, yeah, if you die, oh my God, you have to leave the table. Yeah. And then all these weird secret roles. It's like, I wonder why.
Do you want to know what? It would have probably had more respect if you just asked Nabi to leave the table.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of putting all of the...
my God.
That would have been a more respectful way for you to go out.
Yeah.
But you just putting in all of these rules and making it really dangerous and taking ages. They probably wanted to get there fucking ages ago.
Oh my God.
But they wanted to kill you, but you were just maybe
too resilient.
Too resilient. Man, just like... People just like you're such a coward as well.
People will do anything to not look like the bad guy, but by not looking like the bad guy, you are being the bad guy.
You look even more like the bad guy.
You look even worse.
You are
100%.
such a fool. Man, this person's such a piece of shit. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Man, like genuinely, just like it's so much easier. Even if the DM turned around to Nabi and was like, I hate you. I'm scared of you. You're so sensitive. Get out of my table. That would be quicker and more clean cut and easier and faster than whatever the fuck this was.
Whatever the fucking this whack plot to try and kill your character.
Man.
And I bet you all the damage was coming your way. I bet you all the attacks were coming your way. Oh, this creature just focuses on you for some reason. It's just like, man, just kick me out the game. Like, you clearly don't want me. Just kick me out.
God. And Nabi, good on you.
Yeah.
Well done. I am so glad that... And you know what? Honestly, when people send in these stories... Sometimes they just want reassurance. They're not the crazy one. They're not being crazy about it, or they're not thinking wrong, or they're not in the wrong. Like, the amount of people who are like, thank you for just validating how I feel.
And you know, apparently we did.
100, yeah.
You fucking just got out of there.
Totally. And you're right. And God, let this be a lesson to anyone who is currently, if you're sat here and you're going, man, I feel like this. God, I'm not happy with my table. Yeah, my DM's mean to me. Anything, and you're like, I need to stay because I love my character. Take this as proof that your character is not tied to that game if you don't want them to be.
Yeah.
If you want to leave, take your character elsewhere.
Take your character elsewhere and have the story that you wanted for them be imagined exactly how you wanted it in a different game. Because this ain't the fucking game for that. It ain't getting explored in the slightest. I'm telling you right now.
And you know what? If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to take your character out and you'd rather let them leave there, just write your own epilogue for your character. Write your epilogue. Write their own ending.
Like, you can conclude it in your mind. You can 100%. Have it in your little mind palace of how they completed the mission and they got to the end and it was all happily ever after, or it was some blaze of glory, tragic death that's super awesome. But you are in control of your destiny.
Yep, 100%.
Not people like this.
No, God, no, absolutely not. Nabi, thank you so very much. Thank you for the second story, and thank you for the follow-up and letting us know how it went. And good riddance.
God,
am I right?
thank God you're out of there.
Yeah, God.
Jesus Christ.
How taxing must that have been mentally?
Just tell him you don't want to play.
No.
Like, if you just tell Nabi, we clearly are not the right fit for each other. Let's just cut. Like, do you want to know what? I would have so much more respect for you if you just owned your shit.
Yeah,
but you're
honestly.
just a coward.
And you know what, Nabi as well? Like, I'm so glad that you realized your worth. And it's like, you know, Nabi says, I was there for months just hoping for something. And it's like, you know what? If you're going into a situation hoping things will get better, 9 times out of 10, they're not. So just...
Yeah, if the situation's as bad as that.
Yeah, especially if you've talked to the DM multiple times.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, like, treat yourself better.
Yeah,
like,
you deserve better.
You deserve better.
100%.
100% you do.
100%.
You really do. We play D&D because we love the game and we want to have fun.
Facts.
And if you're not having fun, then fucking leave.
That second wholesome story that we did.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's the shit that you should be getting out of the table.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
and you know what?
Yes, and understanding
exactly.
and communication.
Exactly.
And just turning up every week with a smile on your face, waking up in the morning, knowing that you've got to go to work or go to college or go to school, whatever it is like that, but it's like me. It's like when I have something to look forward to on the night, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Today at work, I'm going to be the happiest because I know as soon as it's done, I can play D&D.
Yeah, totally.
I have something to look forward to that's like making me smile. Things like that's what D&D should be.
Yeah.
If you're not getting that out of D&D, if you're dreading it, it's not the right table.
No,
it's not the right game.
Agreed. Very much agreed. Right.
Go on.
Let's end it on a wholesome, shall we?
Let's rip it.
I love this story. This is the one that I had in the back pocket.
In the back?
I will say.
In the pocket?
In the pocket. In the pocket.
In the balls pocket?
In the balls pocket. Exactly.
My Tuesday streamers will know.
So, this is a wholesome story from the Reddit. After killing the BBEG, our DM put an hourglass on the table telling us we have until the last sand falls to get out or we all die.
Love that.
Now, we knew this would happen because this was our fail-safe. Should the battle go south, we would still have a chance to run and at least trap the BBEG. My character, who was a huge barbarian, standing at 9 foot tall,
let's go,
joined the group because of an elf bard that played music so beautifully. He felt the need to protect her, to protect the music that she played.
What a fucking great backstory.
What a beautiful backstory.
That is Grog Strongjaw.
Yeah.
Just wanting to protect Pike.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I've literally got nothing else to do, but I know I can fight, and your music's so good.
Yeah, your music needs to be protected.
I need to protect you, so everyone in the world can hear it.
Yeah.
What a great fucking story.
We've had this group for about 3 years now, and I've joked with a girl who plays the bard that she'll be the death of my character because she likes to do dangerous things, knowing that my character will step in and save her pretty much no matter what the cost. So we're running and everyone is out but her and I. She fails a dex save and gets hit by falling debris, causing her to fall behind.
Uh-oh.
Now, I could have made it, but she would have died. But there is a chance for me to save her, but there is a 90% chance I will die. So I turn back, grab her, and I run to the exit. As we get there, a huge rock is about to fall. We won't make it if it falls, and I can't hold it up with her in my arms. I drop her to the ground and I roll a strength check to hold up this huge boulder. I roll a natural fucking 20.
Let's go.
And successfully hold this thing up like Atlas, and I tell her to run through. She does, and she is safe, telling me to now drop it and run through. I look to the DM and he says, there is no way you will be able to do that without a nat 20. This is your 10% chance. First roll is to check if I can lean forward and still hold this thing in place so I can roll out. Nat 20.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh no. No.
Second roll is to see if I can move fast enough to get out of the way. Nat 19. I was 1 off.
Oh, God.
I wasn't fast enough to move out of the way, so I only got halfway out before the rock crushed me from the waist down. So my top half is out of the cave, but my lower half is crushed. The DM rolls and puts a 2-minute timer before I die. So now I have my last goodbyes to the group before I take my final sleep. I start playing the heartstrings. I look to each PC, both in the game and around the table, and I say something heartfelt to each of them before getting to the girl playing as the bard. I look at the timer and I see I have just under 40 seconds left. I tell her, "Do you remember the time I promised to never die and leave you unprotected? I'm sorry that I lied, little bird. Don't let my death stop you from playing your songs."
Oh, God.
I reached out to take her hand and the timer stopped and
No.
I died inches away from her hand.
No, no, please, God, no.
Everything
Oh
was
my God.
silent for about 3 seconds before the girl playing the bard, the guy playing the cleric, and the DM started crying.
I'm not surprised.
But worst of all, the girl that played the bard went from crying to sobbing like deep wails of sadness.
I'm not even remotely surprised. I got a tear in the corner of my eye.
We actually had to stop the game for 10 minutes to calm everyone down,
I'm
but
not
mostly
surprised.
her. Too long didn't read, made half the party and the DM cry.
My God.
Do you want to know the top comment?
Go on.
Rocks fall. Everyone cries.
No! Rocks fall, everyone cries.
Oh,
No. Man.
Oh, God.
And
What
you
the
want to know
fuck?
what? That's why I play D&D.
Oh, man.
That's why I play TTRPGs.
God.
For moments like that.
Man.
Like, the thing is... Oh, man.
The adrenaline rush
And
of getting the first natural 20. God, the adrenaline rush of getting the second natural 20. And then to get the 19. Oh, man.
And this is it. Like, I know that he said that the barbarian was here, right?
Yes.
Barbarian was like, he's failed, but he hasn't. Because that was the last mission. The BBEG is dead. Bom, 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 ba-dom, ba-dom, bom. Like, he succeeded.
Oh, man.
He succeeded. He literally, he said, "I'm going to protect you so you can play your songs." And in that moment, that was the last thing that he needed to do to protect her. And it's done.
Man. And, like, I'm sorry I lied. What the fuck's that about?
You didn't.
Oh, man. Don't let my death stop you from playing your songs, man. Like, tell me that you really fully understand, like, what's important to your character and, like, the pillars of what your character stands for.
Yeah.
And, like, to have such a close relationship, and I'm not surprised, by the way, that the girl was wailing.
Oh, sobbing.
I'm not surprised.
Sobbing.
Man.
I have literally no emotional connection, and my eyes were welling up because
God.
I was so sad.
No, I didn't cry.
No,
Who
you
would-
didn't cry.
Who would cry at something
No,
like
you
that?
wouldn't dare.
Man, God, what a beautiful story. I've had that in my back pocket for so long.
What a fucking story, by the way.
Man, what a beautiful
What a
story.
goddamn story, by the way.
Man, and you know what? Again, I feel like this is the perfect way for this character to go out. You know, it was at the end of the campaign with the BBEG.
Yeah.
I feel like such a perfect way for your character to go out. Terribly sad, tragically sad, but a perfect way for them to go out.
Yeah, big time.
Man. I know.
Well, that was rough.
God, I wish I knew I wish I knew their barbarian's name. Good God.
Man.
R.I.P. Am I right?
Out of 07s.
07's in chat.
If you haven't put 07s in chat, I don't know what you're doing.
God.
If you haven't put 07s down in these comments right now for that barbarian,
Man.
I don't know what you're
I
doing.
can't believe that they got the 2 nat 20s as well.
Man.
Jesus Christ. And like, you know, being like, we've got this. Oh my God, we've
This is
got
it.
this. You get the second nat 20 and like, absolutely.
It's like,
we
I
have
can't
got
roll
this.
anything but a natural 20
Yeah,
now.
man. Oh God. What an emotional roller coaster. There would not be a dry eye at the table. Let me
No,
tell you, if
not
that
a single
happens,
dry eye.
not a single dry
Not
eye.
a single dry eye. Ain't
God.
no way.
What a beautiful speech. I wonder, like the thing is, when like I'd like to think I'm quite good at improv, right? I could never improv something this good.
No.
Like part of me is like,
Yeah, you
did
could.
they? Oh, thank you.
I think you could.
Oh, thank you.
Easy.
Thank you. But like something that's like heart wrenching as this, was this something that like you had prepared if you died? Like, or did this just
I think
come
you
out
just-
in the spur of the
I think
moment?
you just speak as your character. Just like, what would be the last thing that you wanted to say to this person?
God,
Like, I'm sorry I couldn't, like, make it to the end.
man. Oh, jeez.
But they did. This is the thing, they did. I feel like they're being too harsh on themselves because they did. That was the
God.
last thing that they needed to do.
Yeah,
To make sure that she could play music for the rest of her
To be
life.
fair, OP says I started to play the heartstrings.
Oh yeah, you
so
fucking
you
in that
did.
moment you're pulling on the
Oh,
heartstrings.
good God, yes.
Oh my
you did.
God, we played a one shot with like a bunch of our mods and stuff like that, and Izzy's character,
Oh my God,
Izzy's
Yuri
character died. So I was like,
Heartstrings.
heartstrings time.
Heartstrings.
And
Heartstrings
fucking
time. Everyone was crying.
Everyone was crying.
Everyone was crying.
It's like if we're in that moment, I might as well make it as heart wrenching as sad as I can.
Of course.
Because people are going to remember it, and
Of
you know,
course,
it's like,
of
man,
course.
remember that moment that happened? It's
Yeah.
like that's what we play D&D for.
It is, certainly.
Like, you know, you watch a movie, so when you get to the end and like the people are, you know, somebody's on the deathbed or something like that, or they just make it out. It's like you watch it for those epic moments. So when we get a chance to have an epic moment like that, you better believe I'm turning it on.
Oh my God, 100%.
I'm turning on the tap.
Same. Oh, totally, 100%. Man, OP, this is one of those moments you are never, ever, ever gonna forget this moment. You're always going to be like, remember when your barbarian went out like that? Yeah, man. Even now, we haven't had a proper character death. You know, yes, TRP technically did die, but you know, we speak about really tough moments, even from campaign 1 of yours, all the time. We still sit and reminisce about those things.
Of course we do, because they were just epic moments and awesome moments, and there's been some in this campaign.
Yeah.
And I just love creating those moments. That's what I play D&D for.
Yeah.
I play D&D so I can sit there with my friends and be like, do you remember when this happened? It's like, that's literally why I play D&D.
Yeah.
Because we fucking play a game together where we get to be superheroes, and my players get to be like, oh, do you remember when I did those like 2 natural 20s in a row? And I turned that combat around and stuff like that. It's just like, we just live for those moments.
Yeah, totally. Man,
Love it.
again, this is just what D&D is all about. And, I very much so, I fully understand, not everyone would want this, right?
Yeah.
But God, these moments that are so special that no one will ever forget. That's why we play D&D,
That's why
man.
you play it, man.
God, what a beautiful story.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
07's
Are
in
you
chat.
crying now?
Yeah. Are you crying now?
07's down in the comments.
Could never be me. I haven't cried a day in my
Oh,
life.
you've never cried. Never shed a tear.
I saw a tear in your eye as well. Oh, my
man,
God.
I was
You know it's bad when there's a tear in your eye.
I had a wipe. It was like just sitting here, so I had to just give it a little wipe away. Man,
Oh, jeez.
that shit goes hard.
Yeah, it does.
That goes hard.
Well, thank you so much to everyone who sent their stories in. Incredible posts from Reddit as well.
www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. Go and pick up yourself some merch.
Yes.
Soon there will be the
Attack the Unaware coming
t-shirt
soon.
Coming soon. So keep your eyes open for that. Join the Discord. Our Etsy store, Hellbound Dice, is linked down below in the description. You can get 10% off anything that you order, t-shirts, notebooks, spell cards, anything, if you use the code Podblast at checkout. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below with
07s.
07s. Ring the bell to be notified when we upload a video on a Monday and a Thursday.
Oh.
I love you very much.
I love you.
Bully loves you very much. We've been the Eldritch Podblast, and we're going to see you on Thursday. Bye.